Also, chaos and desperation erupting in Gaza as a U.S.-backed group says it has begun aid distribution in the territory following Israel's nearly 3-month blockade of supplies. There's video circulating online, and it shows the moment that thousands of Palestinians flooded this distribution center in Rafah. Now, the new system is drawing some concerns from humanitarian groups, including the United Nations, saying the mechanism violates humanitarian rights and enables Israel to use food as a weapon. Mara Cronenfeld is the executive director of UNRWA USA. That is the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees. Thank you for joining us. A lot to get to. Now, the UN has expressed concern over the things I just mentioned, as well as the idea here that the UN cannot distribute aid independently in this new system. Tell me more about that.
Yes, the UN is actually completely out of this system. And what we witnessed today was an avoidable travesty. We saw thousands of desperate, hungry Palestinians, like you mentioned, who haven't received food aid in 80 days, trying to get food for their family. What the footage didn't show was that these thousands of people were in camps, essentially waiting. And then when they tried to get food, shots were fired as the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, so-called foundation, was trying to control the crowd. This is not how aid should be delivered. If the United Nations was involved, as it was and as it has been for 7 decades, aid would be given with transparency, safely, independently, and with the dignity of the recipients involved. This was a travesty.
The IDF did say that they fired warning shots, but not in the direction of the people. The IDF also claiming today on social media that they have some 400 trucks that are waiting in Gaza, they say, to be distributed by the UN. What is your response to that? Is that true?
Yes.
If so, what's the backlog?
That would be new because they have outlawed the UN's engagement in the distribution of aid. In fact, UNRWA has, I hope it's true, I hope something's changed. UNRWA has 12,000 employees on the ground who are ready to distribute aid. And frankly, 400 trucks is a drop in an ocean of need. UNRWA was able to bring in some 500 to 600 trucks, UNRWA and its partners, which is what's needed on a daily basis for the food and other emergency needs of this population. UNRWA itself has 6,000 trucks waiting to get in right now. Again, 400 is nothing. With the UN partners, we have enough food aid to feed a population of 1 million for 4 weeks. This aid has to be let in. It's sitting outside of Gaza. And meanwhile, we have the travesty that we saw today, which is completely avoidable if the people with experience in humanitarian aid are the ones providing it. Meanwhile, the whole population of Gaza is facing starvation, with 1 in 5 people on the verge of a man-made famine.
I want to ask you about the location of some of these aid hubs that they've put in place. 3 of the 4 planned are in southern Gaza. There's another one in the middle. In your opinion, does that strategy perhaps help feed people as well as eliminate Hamas?
No, in fact, the opposite. That strategy, as Defense Minister of Israel Smotrich himself said, that strategy is to force the population of Gaza closer to the southern border. And as he said himself, as he said the quiet part out loud, and then force them into Egypt. That strategy is explicitly about population displacement, ethnic cleansing, about what the government in Israel has said out loud, which is removing the Palestinian people, the people of Gaza, from the Gaza Strip. That is really what's behind the taking over of the food aid. 400 trucks will get you nowhere. And there's been no discussion in this whole, and everything we've heard about shelter, about medicine, about how other aid will get in. This is really a sad attempt at really hiding what the true purpose is of this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is.
You spoke about other aid items like medicine. Any idea if fuel is getting in? It's not just about operating a motor vehicle or something like that. This is about getting these desalination plants up and running again. Do we have any information there?
Yeah, 100%. It's hospitals. The electricity's been cut off from the Gaza Strip for many, many months. As you said, everything, desalination, hospitals, anything that runs on electricity is done through a generator, which requires fuel. I myself have not heard that fuel's gotten in. And every time you talk about trucks, there's a number of trucks who got into the border. But the Secretary General of the UN himself said that as of a couple of days ago, some 400 trucks got through the border, but only 100 of those trucks were actually able to unload their supplies into warehouses, and very, very few Palestinians, talking 2 million Palestinians, very few, a very small amount have been able to actually get aid at this point.
All right, a dire situation. I hope that you'll keep us updated. Mara Cronenfeld, thank you for being on with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course.